could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there. Made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do. And I'll be out there looking for someone like you. Stardust, stardust. I'm the lazy one, so I guess I should have known. You said yourself you wanna do this alone. What if your dreams are making it hard to think straight? If you still love me, I can wait, I can wait. And remember this, we could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there. Made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do. And I'll be out there looking for someone like you. I don't think you're supposed to go. Maybe I'm just too slow. We should just leave together. We could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there. Made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do. And I'll be out there looking for someone like you.
Back at me, I don't know what happened. Guess we weren't meant to be. I know we had problems, I thought we could fix them, but we got tired. There's nothing left to do but to say goodbye and try to move on. I'll get over you, only wish that I knew how to go on. Baby, you and me were so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you. And it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. I'll get over you. When I met you, we were like fireworks. Thought nothing could break us, but oh how we got burned. Look at us now, we scream, we fight, and no one knows the reason. We're both getting out of line. Now say goodbye and try to move on. I'll get over you, only wish that I knew how to go on. Baby, you and me were so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you. And it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. I'll get over you. Something that we both know couldn't work, so we you should try to say goodbye. You know we had our problems, so now we have to try to move on. Baby, you and me, we're so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you. And it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. Ooh, I'll get over you. Oh, I'll get over you.
Very good morning to all of you. Today we are having another session, a new session for a new product. And this new product is equally important for most of those people, who normally explain about pain, discomfort, or even sometimes, like burning sensation all over the body. Things like that, if you are not aware and if you don't understand, it is better for you to seek medical attention before it gets worse. Because the nerve is one of the part of the body that might be inflamed. And if the inflammation is too extensive, it can cause a lot of complications. And these complications not only make you sick and diseased, it might, even lead to a lot of uncomfortable concern where you can't live life the way you want. So, if we start to understand our body's nerve and what sort of food that we are supposed to take and not to take to to go against the nerve and to take to support the nerve is what is important. This sort of knowledge is so important in today's food, where so much of the food in the market, especially those the easily come by, you just order, they can send right to your doorstep. Most of these type of food are highly acidic, causing a lot of concern to our nerves you are not aware of, because you just start to begin to take this sort of food in the market. So here today we are going to share with you this product, which is capable to protect and nourish, at the same time helping our nerves to repair if there are a lot of wear and tear. And to do so, this ingredient, which is important to assist our bodies, makeup of healthy nerves, comes from RALA with a combination of B1, B6, and B12, so that it can help us to strengthen the nerve when the neurons are concerned. Rather than you look at the right hand side here, damaged neuron, you look at this the particular track where you see there's already a wear and tear on this membrane. We call the sheath are already worn out. If the sheath is already worn out, you'll cause a lot of, the bad contact, bad, the like chemistry, which, will not allow the nerve not only to function, but, keep giving us a lot of unnecessary pain and discomfort. So these are a lot of things we don't know. And when you talk about RALA, it is a very potent antioxidant, which may help to reduce oxidative stress, which is, the most, the active, these are what called the waste in the environment, the air you breathe, or certain times, the food you took. So if we don't, counter this oxidative stress, and if it start to flood the blood, it might create a lot of problems. One of which might be heart disease. See? So if we have a good RALA, it can help us at least to lower even the bad cholesterol, and also, bringing the risk factor of the heart, as low as possible. And what about vitamin, the B1? The vitamin B1 is important because, it enables the body to use carbohydrates as energy rather than simply turn to sugar. That's why B1 is so essential for glucose metabolism, and at the same time plays a role in our nerve, muscle, and heart function. Vitamin B1, anyway, is a water-soluble vitamin, as are all vitamins of the B complexes. Yeah. And what about the B6? B6, is a vitamin that benefits the central nervous system and metabolism. Its roles include turning food into energy and helping to create neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine. These are very, important and are very necessary for the brain to overcome, even stress and make us feel good, feel, comfortable. Then comes, the vitamin B, the 12. B12 is in fact required for the function and development of many parts of our body, including the brain, the nerves, and even our blood cells. Because vitamin B12 contains the mineral cobalt, the compound, which is important to carry the activity, in our body. And of course, some might call B12 as cobalamin. And if you were to look at the standardized recommended daily amount of vitamin B12 for adults, we need to see at least 2.4 micrograms daily. That is very important for the brain to be able to overcome even stress, and to make sure that, we can continue the next day with a healthy, brain function, which the brain is capable enough, to make us, live healthily and perform our duty every day. And especially, at the time of stress, we need more of all these important minerals. And you look at this slide, the nervous system. All of us know the nervous system is our body's command center. And neurons, in fact, are made to send signals or messages all over your body, to and from your brain to your skin, organs, muscles, and even the glands. And in biology, the classical doctrine of the nervous system determines that it is a highly complex part of an animal that coordinates its actions and sensory information by transmitting signals to and from different parts of its body. And your nervous system uses specialized cells called neurons. You see, a very specialized cells called neurons to send signals or messages all over your body. These electrical signals travel between your brain in contact to the skin, organs, glands, and muscles. Okay? So the messages help you move your limbs and feel sensations such as pain. Without which, if we touch on anything that is hot, you will never be able to defend yourself or lift up your hands or fingers and get burnt. So this is how our brain is developed with a special nerves, neurons, to coordinate with the brain, with together, very well connected to the whole body. And the nervous system is made of the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. And if you talk about the central nervous system, you are talking about the brain working together with the spinal cord. That is the central nervous system. And when you talk about the peripheral nervous system, you are talking about the neurons that are going through the whole body. You see, without the peripheral nervous system, you can't have any sense of feeling, be it pain, cold, see, hot, or whatever. So this is where our nervous system making up of both the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system develop, a healthy, functional human body where the body can react accordingly to the need. And at any time, whether, you are facing, the problem, or at any time, if you go to a place of which is in danger, you can sense it. And immediately, your body will allow you to decide fast enough to react to situations. This is something very important, very unique in our body, without which I don't think, our body is capable to live the way, you want. And we need to know to also benefit all what the body can deliver. So the nervous system, yes, your body's, command center through, both central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. But our peripheral nervous system, works more, and they are more alert in every senses, just because of two important, tributaries. One is the autonomic response, which is automatic. You don't have to bypass the brain, the body will react. Another is somatic. So motor output controls muscle movement, and that's more of, a response. Whereas sensory input is like, light, sound, heat, smell, taste, etc. So our nervous system enable us thoughts, memory, how a person learn, and how you feel and react. Our movements, our sense of balance, and how the body coordinate, like sportsmen. How are they supposed to, present themselves during competition? how they are supposed to deliver. And our senses, including how your brain interprets what you see, hear, taste, touch, feel, even when we sleep. And the body, will start to perform healing process. And as we age, we are, aging, all these come along with our nervous system, our heartbeat, and how you breathe, and how your breathing pattern should be. Like some people's breathing pattern is very, very rough. Some, very noisy, and some, very smooth, some very silky. So the pattern also differentiate. All depend on, our nervous system, and how it responds to stressful situations, how fast it reacts. There are people who react very slowly. That means some autonomic, the neurons are not, healthy enough to coordinate this so-called response. And another one equally important, which people might not think it has something of concern, is our digestion. See? If without, the neurons carrying or relay messages to the brain, you may not know that you are hungry. And you might also don't know that you are thirsty. That's why, how on earth you say, I need to eat, I'm hungry now. I need to drink, I'm thirsty. All through, the neurons that is responding to where in your body that is trying to report to the brain, and the brain start to initiate action telling you what next you need to do. So all these are, so important that, our brain and the spinal cord, which act as the nervous system, will keep, sending messages, to all our body. And to do so, you must understand our nerve, the membrane, the outer layer must be well protected or insulated. If the nerve, the outer membrane, wear and tear, and the myelin sheath gone, is the time, you will lead to inflammation. That's the time message might not be properly sent. And that's the time you might have static, short. Anything you touch, you think, it is giving you electrical short. But that's not, electrical. That's more of static electricity. That means, some of your nerve membranes are already worn out, no more insulated. So you need to really come to understand what are those food that I take that can help to insulate the worn out myelin sheath. Okay? And what about the peripheral nervous system? It consists of many nerves that branch out from your central nervous system, again, to all over the body. And this peripheral nervous system relays information from your brain and spinal cord to your organs, to your arms, to our legs, our fingers and toes. That's why, it is so important that if we want our nervous system to be healthy, we must know what sort of food that we take is really, supporting and building a healthy neuron, a healthy nervous, the effect. So the somatic nervous system, which is under the peripheral nervous system, will then guide your voluntary movement. Anything through the brain is voluntary, somatic. Whereas autonomic nervous system, the autonomic nervous system controls of activities you do without thinking about them. Like, when you open a drawer and you put your hands in to go and, take something out. The very moment, if you push fast enough, your hand and pricked by a needle in the drawer you don't know, I'm very sure, instantly you start to pull out your hand, isn't it? That means you don't have to go through your thinking. Automatic response. That's autonomic. Right? Rather than, somatic means, it will always, they'll go through the brain. That's voluntary. You already know what you want to do and your body starts to move. That is somatic. So under peripheral nervous system, there are two actions. One is autonomic. You will never bypass the brain. The body will start to react immediately. The other one has to go through the brain. It's voluntary. That means you already prepared. You already know what you want to do next. So this is under peripheral nervous system. And our nervous systems, responds to pain. If you look at this, chart. Number one, when you touch a fire, definitely you feel the pain because of the temperature that is hot. And when the finger as a receptor are activated, it sends a message, to the brain very fast. And this message, immediately will relay to the muscles. And the muscles will start to tell you, or immediately force your fingers, lift the fingers out from the burning pain, the fire, or whatever. So this is how it reacted. Fire pain, you responded, it sent, the signals to the, the sensory nerve path, and together the signals, are sent up to the spinal cord, and the spinal cord, immediately they are so well coordinated that this, reaction is immediate. Response very fast. If we don't have this reaction, our hands will be already burnt, damaged, and destroyed. That's why God made us where every part of the body can have this sort of sense where automatically our body can protect ourselves. Okay? So you look at number one is pain. Sensory nerve, receive the signal, and the spine, send up to the spinal cord, and the brain reaches the signal as pain, sends the signal to pull your hand away from the fire. And the motor nerve path then, reacted, by, the activating the muscles to, in the act of pulling away. And then the sixth, is the muscle contraction. Signals received by muscles, and then the muscles contract. Thus, you start to lift up your hand. Hand pulls away from fire. Okay? How this nervous system function is like this. But there are people who touch certain things still not aware, still not knowing, well, it burns, well, it's hot. And that's the time your hands, your fingers are already burnt. Okay? So there are many, many times if we don't, react fast enough, doesn't mean you're sick, but your central nervous system or your peripheral, nervous system is in trouble. And when these, systems are in trouble, you're talking about the neurons, a special nerve that is supposed to help the body to coordinate all these responses. Without which, our sensory nerve fibers may not carry information to the spine or the brain. And if the sensory nerve fiber didn't react to send information to the brain, how on earth can the motor nerve fibers carry information from the brain and to coordinate your hand to lift up or lift away from the hot, the thing that you have already touched? See? So this is how our nervous system responds, to pain. And here, the peripheral neuropathy. When you talk about peripheral, neuropathy, you're talking about, you look at the left hand side here. a healthy nerve, healthy neurons. You look at the membrane of this, the sheath, well protected. Whereas, these, neurons are not protected by this sheath. The sheath are broken. Once broken, it can easily be, create certain, the conductor, which, that damaged nerve might not be able to function properly or might not function at all. Anytime when the damage, the nerve are concerned, it all started from the myelin sheath, the membrane, the insulator is already gone. So if you don't have any insulator to, the insulate the nerve, then the nerve might give certain spark or anytime being conducted unnecessarily. So that will not allow the neurons to carry its own function and duty. See? So, as a result of damage, to the nerves, you call peripheral neuropathy. The nerves located outside the brain and spinal cord, we call the peripheral nerves, often causes weakness, numbness, or even pain. Usually, in the hands and feet. Of course, you cannot deny the fact, no other body parts will be affected. Well, there are even other areas of your body, including, digestion, urination, and even circulation can be affected because all these are coordinated by nerves. Yeah, every organs throughout the body, structurally, through the nervous system and the muscular system are well coordinated. So if we really want to make sure that, our peripheral nerves are healthy, then we are supposed to take proper food to protect the sheath. And there are a lot that can be found in our fingers, feet, and toes, very fragile, thread-like, and can easily be damaged. And the damaged nerve can affect the brain's ability to communicate with muscles and organs, thus causing, the failure or slowed down communication. Once, the myelin sheath is broken, they can't give good conductivity. And if it is not conducting properly, messages might not be sent properly, and the body might not communicate well to make sure it works the way we want. So this, if you look at this chart, these are typical symptoms of peripheral nerve damage. And I'm sure every day you tend to hear people talking about these, problems. Like usually start from the feet, then the hands, pain, and ends crawling sensation. Nothing, no ends, but you can feel like as if are crawling, all over. And the pain, even from light, touches, also creates certain pain. That means short circuit. The myelin sheath are worn, thus it creates a short circuit. And the tingling, buzzing, sensation. Numb, loss of sensation. From numbness to loss of sensation. There are people at the very beginning, just a bit of discomfort, then numbness come in. And if nothing is done, you cannot feel. You lose, your sense of even, the touch or even feeling. And what about the prickly sensation, something like pins and needles? These are all very common symptoms where humans are suffering, and a lot of these people are looking for medication or looking for food, and or maybe if they keep on seeing doctor can only give them painkiller. That is the most important the medication to those who always complain about pain. So it only react on the pain, but never, ever, help to better your problem. See? The burning, sensation all over. Anytime if you feel internally, even, if any part of the body feels a burning sensation, that means the nerves directing to that specific organ is already inflamed. That means the nerves might be already damaged, and they are asking for help to repair the wear and tear, and not just to counter the pain. And sometimes people talk about feeling cold, freezing, all these sort of, the sense, which, it is not, you're not touching any ice, but you feel so cold, That also is very wrong, and, not, the natural. It's already, you can say, to some people, when something like this happen to them, they still take for granted, well, I have a better sense, I can feel cold. When that nobody feel the cold, you can feel the cold. Something, the very wrong, that your body is already picking up the message, which is, false. And what about imbalance? Yeah, if the nerve, if too many of our nerves, the minor shift, worn out is too extensive, and we do nothing, especially on the brain region where it cannot conduct balance, you might, slip and fall. So this not only happened to old people, it also happened to a lot of young people today. So don't take for granted only, when you're old, you got a problem. But there are a lot of people, young people, new generation, taking a lot of food which is against the system, might, cause a lot of wear and tear to our nerves. Then you carry certain things, and certain things will just drop off like that. That means a sense of, holding on to things are already gone. You cannot hold, or you don't even know that you're holding things, and you're holding your car keys. And by the time you walk to your car, you can't find the key. You don't know where you drop even the keys. See, these are all weaknesses. The nerve is not responding accordingly. And what about other unusual sensations where you can't find a word, to explain to a doctor how you feel? There are many times certain things that happen to the body, symptoms that are so, that special, you can't even find a word depicting your complaint. These are all nerve damage. Something, already for a certain period of time, you're not aware of, that your nerves are not properly fed, and a lot of food you are taking every day maybe are causing a lot of, inflammation. And ongoing inflammation will start to be, the corrosive and damaging. That's how, if you keep taking things not right, food not proper, that is damaging instead of, building, then your nerve cells will start to die. And the sheath will start to be broken off. So worn out that, it is not allowing the nerve to contribute to healthy, coordination. So here, who gets nerve damage? Neuropathy, periphery neuropathy. You talk about diabetics, or diabetic neuropathy. It normally happens in the first 10 years after being diagnosed with diabetes. First 4 years, you don't feel anything, even though you're already diabetic. And 5th and 6th, sometimes uncomfortable, or sometimes, you can feel symptoms like thirsty, eyes a bit, blur, a bit dizzy, things like that. You might think is normal when, your body keep reporting to what is wrong, and the amount of, sugar level has already spiked in the body. And if you wait until, 7 to 9 years, even before, you know, the 10th years, yes, there are even a lot of things that is already damaged. One of which, you know, of course, is the nerve. And this affect, you know, 50% of people with diabetes because of the sugar and the chemical changes, you know, and impairs, you know, the nerve's ability to transmit signals. It is not aligned, you see, the neurotransmitter to transmit messages. So this, you know, damages blood vessels, which is supposed to carry oxygen and nutrients to the nerves, you know, are gone. So it is so damaging that, you know, oxygen and nutrients are not being able to be sent to the nerves. So how then can the nerve be regenerated? We want food, they want oxygen, nutrients, so they need good, you know, flow of blood, and that in order for the blood to run freely, it is well coordinated by the nerves to make sure that every, you know, systems work well, not only eliminating, but even, you know, to the extent of food must be sent to the respective, you know, organs via the nerves. And the neurons are the special ones among the nerves that coordinate this job. And if really diabetic and you drag more than 10 years doing nothing, you will one day lead to amputation alert. As the nerves get damaged, the sensation around the foot is dull. You don't feel at all. Coupled with slow recovery rate, diabetics are susceptible to foot ulcers, even gangrene. Sometimes, you know, to an extent, the skin becomes gangrene. So it will just, you know, keep on damaging until you don't see the skin covering the bones. You can see directly the big hole, you know, and look at it, you know, the hole, in the hole, you can even see your bones. So if we come to that extent, the doctor might advise amputation. There are many people, you know, of that amputated their legs are all, you know, diabetic, you know, patients. So this is one among the so many problems and symptoms we have, but we are not aware the past 5-10 years. If the past 5-10 years we know something is already building up like sugar, we already take certain action, isn't it? And once action are taken, by not allowing the sugar to build more, you save your leg, you save your body, you save your soul. That is, you know, a very important thing. Every human beings must know how to do. But without certain knowledge, without hearing what people are supposed to, you know, share with us, you might not understand, you know, how bad the situation might be. Yeah. So if you keep doing the wrongs and never change to make it better, of course, you're going to, you know, lead a very unhealthy health. To a certain extent, you always complain. Every day you don't feel good and comfortable. So once a person is overweight, or the moment you know you're obese, maybe if you are really, you know, eating a lot, every meal's big portion, you have to really understand the food you took is wrong, and you need to do right by taking lesser portion. What about high blood pressure? Yes, you must also know how to bring down the pressure, and not just the numbers, you know. When a person got high blood pressure, every day you take pills. Pills might only help you to bring down the numbers, but not your pressure. That also, you know, will lead to nerve damage. I don't know whether you heard of people long-term taking high blood pressure, or really, you know, having, you know, problems, you know, with the nerve. There are many, yeah. So don't always take for granted. If I take drug, it's already safe. Safe in the sense maybe you might not get stroke, but not safe in the sense that this drug might cause a great or upset, you know, or damage, you know, the certain nerve. And When you have high cholesterol, that also is very damaging. Kidney, liver, or thyroid disorders. All these definitely have something to do with our nerves. Lacking in B vitamins is the most important concern. Yeah. If you don't know, that the food you took are always very low in vitamin B, that means, your nervous systems are not properly fed, and yet you want them to perform every day because you have to work, and without the feeding it well, the cells, the nerves might die early instead of prolong a longer time to surface. And what about heavy alcohol drinkers? Well, if you really drink a lot, that also will affect our nerves, and you call it alcoholic neuropathy. And what about the professions that require repetitive motions, like any work that is always focused on the certain part of your body? We call it RSI, repetitive stress injury. That also will the cause or damage that particular nerve accordingly to your body posture. And then again, the trauma here, the compression of the nerves, especially ladies wearing high heels. If you wear high heels, you compress your nerve without you knowing. Yeah. And then another one, of course, is natural aging. And natural aging, doesn't mean everyone also will have the same effect. Since young, if we start to do whatever is necessary for the body, and whatever food important to our body, organs, systems, nerves, even as we age naturally, we don't suffer a lot. We don't, suffer from people like, pains, disease, sickness. You only grow naturally, and one day you still have to die, but gracefully. That is how only to those people who know how to handle the body and also know how to feed well every part of our system, every organs, every nerve. You cannot only talk about organs, the heart. Yeah, this is not the organ, this is the nerve. Okay? So we must make sure that we cannot only take care of the organs, we need to take care of the whole body as a whole, and not just one particular item or unit of your organ. And this, insufferable neuropathic pain is difficult to treat. I don't know whether you have come across people, that complaining about pain on the fingers, fingers, the whole palm, back here, whole day painful. We call it insufferable neuropathic pain. And they have been seeing doctors, specialists, taking drugs until steroid, yet the pain stays. Because they're only taking drugs to counter the pain. You're not taking anything to build, and to strengthen the nerve, which is already inflamed. See? So whoever got this sort of problem, if you see a doctor, the common treatments together with these, the drugs you took will carry a lot of bad effects. Not only side effects, it's mostly bad effects, like oral painkillers, which is very common, NSAIDs. It causes gastrointestinal bleeding, renal toxicity, and hypertension. Whoever keep on taking oral painkiller, a day will come, your intestine might bleed, your kidney might be intoxicated, and your pressure, might be increased. There are a lot of these risks incurring in the body if we keep just dumping the so-called drug. And what about antidepressants? Yeah, a lot of young people, not only old, now a lot of young people are taking antidepressant pills. Yeah, you alter your mood, and you'll be dependent and be addicted. So a good doctor, which is ethical, practice ethically, will not prescribe antidepressant. But to those doctors, if they keep hearing what you complain, and they'll keep giving what they thought is good for you, will as patients, if you keep taking without knowing the onset one day, you will cause a lot of problems. Then what about anti-epileptics? Drowsiness, fatigue, dizziness, lead to bad coordination, tremor, cognitive deficits, mood alterations, loss of libido, erectile dysfunction. Whoever take anti-epileptic things, you'll definitely not escape from all these problems. So drug is not the answer to the complaint or the problem. Food and correct supplements may come in to assist and help to build and regenerate the cells. We don't need to counter the pain, but we need to bring down maybe inflammatory action. And if it is too much of the pain, doctor might even go to the extent of giving you opioids. And whoever take opioids for a certain time, it is you'll be addicted. You'll be addicted, and of course very drowsy, and you are long term you'll be highly dependent. So treating just the pain will never help the body to regenerate the problem. When pain tells us, I need help, I need better food for a recovery process, pain only counter the symptom, but no recovery process is done. So we have to go to the root, answer the problem, and not by numbing the pain. And the advanced the nerve support formula for healthy nerves. This is our new product by the name of OptiNerv-B. And something quite extraordinary in today's society. Even young people sleep late, unnecessary burden, unnecessary stress, not only work alone. A lot of young people today, it's not because of just work stress. They have other stress. I don't know, you just ask them, they'll tell you a lot of their problem, which, is not important in life. So these are all the problem. You stress the system, and the system stress your brain, and the brain, look for food that, can regenerate them, the B complexes. But from food we took, might be low, not enough, or not at all, they're taking those sort of nutrients. So if we can find one well-made combination, like OptiNerv-B, which really serve the brain well to an extent, the central nervous system, can coordinate proper, autonomic, and somatic, responses. So here, vitamin B1 help to nourish and generates, energy. See? And that's why, we call this, regenerate. And vitamin B12 builds nerve insulation, and the myelin sheath that helps, to protect the nerves. See? So vitamin B12 is more of protect, helping us to protect. Then vitamin B6 enhances nerve communication and creates neurotransmitters for nerve communication. See? There are many things like that, that is assisting the body to be able to counter certain function in our system. Then the B1, B6, and B12 together is proven to have an analgesic, pain relieving effect. Both three of them, 1, 6, and 12, together can help to relieve even pain or the incurring in any part of your body. So that is a very powerful combination for pain relief. The B1, B6, and B12 is more meant for pain relief. Then what about alpha lipoic acid? This promotes healthy blood flow for regeneration. So we need this very important the content which the people might not know of, what this potent antioxidant can do. Our alpha lipoic acid, safe and effective in nerve pain management. A potent antioxidant kills free radicals to reduce advanced glycation end products due to high blood sugar. See? And when you talk about this, the ALA, the alpha lipoic acid, the benefit it can help the body is to facilitate energy production. It can help to facilitate energy production. It can help to lower ocular pressure. That means there are some people already having eye pressure, reducing likelihood of developing cataracts. Cataracts because of ocular pressure. It might also lead to macular degeneration or even blindness. So this can help to lower ocular pressure and reduce likelihood of developing cataracts. And the third thing which is beneficial to us is it helps patients with diabetic nerve pain, alpha lipoic acid. So whoever got already taking the pills for diabetic and every day suffering from nerve pain and discomfort, your body is looking for alpha lipoic acid. See? It's a coenzyme in Krebs cycle, help to generate energy, for nerve communications, promote better healthy blood flow, improves overall the nerve function, provides analgesic, pain relieving effect. And in Germany, alpha lipoic acid is approved for the treatment of diabetic neuropathic pain. In Germany, one of the countries, that use a lot of ALA for diabetic patients, especially to those who complain about pain. Just imagine an important, the ALA, not only used as supplements, but by even doctors in certain countries to counter diabetic neuropathic pain. So this alpha, what you call the ALA, if you talk about the Krebs cycle, which is assisting the body for cellular metabolism, it plays a very important role in the process of energy production and biosynthesis. This will happen in the blood, and from the blood, via the nerves, you will start to help in the processing energy, as well as allowing the body to synthesize food, nutrients, and oxygen well enough to supply to all organs of concern. And these neuropathic, the B vitamins, very safe and effective in nerve pain management. It is not a drug. It is just, the vitamin which, like vitamin A here, B here, B1, provides energy to nerve cells, help to maintain nerve membrane function, synthesize myelin, and several types of neurotransmitters. And vitamin B6, a coenzyme in pathways responsible for the production of neurotransmitters and myelin. It helps to assist, in the myelin sheath makeup, which is important to protect every neuron's life. And vitamin B12, very essential for myelin production, nerve metabolism, and regeneration. That's why you need to bring down inflammation so that you will not degenerate. And when you have enough of the B12, you will help to metabolize them as well as to regenerate the cells. So together, all these three, B vitamins, they are effective in alleviating neuropathic, pain and restoring nerve function. You will help us to counter the pain, at the same time able to restore a healthy nervous function. So R, the ALA, the natural bioactive real alpha lipoic acid that your body needs and are in great demand. A lot of people don't understand that your body is already well aware of, I need something like this. I need some good, alpha lipoic acid together with, a combination of B vitamins so that, my myelin sheath are well protected and the neurons are strong and healthy to perform. So that, the overall nervous system then only is capable to run a good job by communicating right from the brain to all parts of the body. So if you look at the real and original RALA, ours is natural form found in the human body and certain plants in plants and as well as animals, is bioavailable. Whereas, people are also selling ALA, but most of which is S, which we call the imposter. The real one is R, the imposter is S. So they talk about only ALA, they never even talk about or explain about the S. So here S means synthetic, unnatural, not found in nature. So if it is not found in nature, it is not organic. I don't believe that the body will synthesize them. Your body will never be able to accommodate, will not be able to, absorb them well to produce energy. Whereas the real and original is a natural form, can be found in our body, even plants and animals. So if that is the case of bioavailable, then it is safe to take, and at the same time, we are more guaranteed, to be able to absorb well. Of course, the downside is unstable. Anything of natural, without anything added, of course, its own natural way of, stabilizing it. Whereas the upside of S is, stable. Anything made which is synthetic, of course, I can make it to be stable. And that is the upside of this product. One thing, they can talk a lot is, oh, my ALA is stable. Yeah, ALA is stable, but it's S. What for? Isn't it? My unstable doesn't matter. Mine is R. And if I take, every day, daily, and faithfully, my body still benefit because it's bioavailable compared to not bioavailable. Even though it is stable, your body cannot synthesize. So commercially available ALA consists of 50 to 50 mixture of RALA and SALA to stabilize RALA. they use ALA to mix with the RALA to stabilize the RALA. However, SALA inhibits the absorption of RALA and may be toxic to your body. It protect, it prevent. Okay? SALA when mixed with RALA will prevent your body from absorbing RALA. So what's the use of mixing and make it stable? Your body don't absorb, and the leftover becomes a toxin to your system. We don't want this thing to happen in the body. We just want something we take, absorb properly, turn to energy, utilize, and synthesized by my system. That should be the way, our body, is supposed to react. So, because of the natural RALA developed, by, Jeru Nova, here we would like to introduce, the members of the public with a very well researched, the Jeru Nova bio-enhanced patent, the registered R-lipoic acid, which is natural and a stabilized form of ALA money can buy. Why? Because in a human trial, we found that people who took the bio-enhanced Jeru Nova bio-enhanced the ALA achieved blood concentrations of lipoic acid a full 40 times higher than those who took unstabilized RLA. 40 times. And this is produced with a proprietary stabilization process that helps us to ensure stability, achieves high blood and tissue levels, rapidly, which means, it gives us, a superior absorption. And the RALA is sodium lipoate used in this formula is manufactured by Jeru Nova Research Incorporated, United States of America. 40 times more, which means, if you look at this chart, just one low dosage, one capsule, without toxic, minus the toxicity, you take one, no toxic, compared with you take 40 unstabilized, RALA capsule. Ours is one. You need to take 40 from those, the unbranded, the product. So the body recognizes it and knows how to use it. A good product, body absorb, synthesize, know how to use. A bad product, your body cannot decide the waste, the toxin that stays, which your body cannot decide. Neither can the body eliminate them. It will start to cluster and flood the blood vessel. See? So don't despise a low dosage of one Jeru Nova capsule without any toxic component compared to other branded, the products. You need 40 capsule, which they tell you is stabilized, but your body can absorb. Thus, all those leftover, the impurities will start to gather toxins in the body or in the blood. So you just see a bottle with a combination of R-alpha lipoic acid, vitamin B1, B6, B12, which is the advanced nerve support formula for today's, young and those, who are already getting old with a lot of, unhealthy nerves. So we want to make sure this combination coming to reverse your process, to reverse your unhealthy nerve and build a strong, healthy neuron. So OptiNerv-B works to nourish your nerves, gives our nerve a lot of nourishment, promote nerve structure, function, and comfort. Promote healthy blood flow. That is very important. If you don't have enough of these, components, our blood might not be, consistent, slow and sluggish. Provide antioxidant support. In itself, ALA is a very high antioxidant. Enhance nerve communication. It communicates well. That means the body can respond, fast enough or better than other normal people. At the same time, all these, all the 3 B vitamins can give us a pain relieving effect. And all the way, at any time we start to take daily, even though you don't suffer from pain and discomfort, is where we are taking, to protect them as we grow old. And anytime, internally there are inflammation, our nerves are protected. Okay? So it's to protect and maintain healthy nerves. And it comes from, this, the Gero Nova researched incorporated OptiNerv-B. So alpha lipoic, the acid for migraines. Yes. Studies have shown alpha lipoic acid supplementation for 3 months significantly reduces migraine attack frequency. To those who normally have an attack, the frequency is very, killing. The number of headache days and headache severity. Those who really have this sort of complaint, you will understand how important it is for your body when the migraine is concerned. So ALA come in for this purpose. And our recommendation, of course, is to take 2 capsules of OptiNerv-B if symptoms of migraine attack is apparent. If it is very frequent, you can take 2 capsules. For maintenance, you can just take 1 capsule daily. That is maintain, protect, build, regenerate my nerve. So the pathways, of migraine. The first originates deep within the brain. Second, electrical impulses spread to other regions of the brain when it really starts to attack. And changes in nerve cells activity and blood flow result in symptoms such as visual disturbance, numbness, or tingling and dizziness. I'm sure if you have this sort of problem, it is not, the disease, but, the nerve or the neurons are attacked. Something, punishing the nerve where you're not aware of. And of course, if you were to go deep in understanding why and how on earth our nerves get attacked, all because you don't have enough of all the nutrients, of B complexes. And number 4, chemicals, in the brain cause blood vessel dilation and inflammation of surrounding tissues. It will start to attack, the surrounding, tissues as well when inflammation has established. And the inflammation irritates the trigeminal nerve, resulting in severe and throbbing pain. Is it not? That's why if you really were to ask any doctors, what is migraine? Doctors might not be able to give you a direct answer. because the exact cause of migraine is still under study. Only current evidence suggests that the following sequence of events may occur, resulting in abnormal brain activity, temporarily affecting nerve signals, chemicals, and blood vessels in your brain. So something along the pathway of the brain, if the nerves cannot react healthily and accordingly, will start to be opposed. And that opposition in between the department of the brain creates, pain. Okay? So a simple common explanation of migraine is a headache that can cause severe pain or pulsating, sensation. And it's usually happen on one side of the head. That's why you call it migraine. And it might, when it gets serious, it might accompany by nauseating effect, vomiting, or sometimes, to an extreme, very sensitive to even light and sound. Yeah, to that extent, you can't even, stand light. You can't even stand sound. Yeah, too noisy, you are very irritated. Which means, the myelin sheath of the nerve are already worn out so bad that, it causes a lot of short circuit. So this circuitry, triggers and you feel uncomfortable. Okay? These are what, a lot of people who suffer from this, and they have been seeing doctors, one after another, thousands of times. Also, you will never get well. The problem is our nerve needs food, not medication. Our nerves, our neurons need food, not drugs, not medication. So our recommended dosage, for prevention and general maintenance for any one of us, if you really are serious enough to make sure I'm growing old, I must make sure my nerve protects me, work, and serve me. Then I have to serve them with correct food or supplement. You just need to take one capsule, daily after meal. That's not difficult to take or to do so. Then for pre-diabetics and diabetics without yet any nerve damage symptoms, you can also take one capsule daily after meal. Not yet symptom, isn't it? You can take one. Whereas, for diabetics or post-cancer treatment with nerve damage symptom, a lot of times you already complain about nerve pain and discomfort. Then you better take, one capsule twice daily after meals for at least 2 months period. After which, you continue again with one capsule, daily. Okay? This is what we are supposed to do. Yeah? Supplements are not medicine. They are food. And food for what? If you talk about this OptiNerv-B, of course, it's food for the nerves. So every part of our body, not only organs, not only skin, every one of them, every bits and pieces of what we own in the body, our nerves are the one that transpire information, transmit messages, work with every organs, work with every systems, allow us to do everything, movement, studies, everything without which it cannot be performed. Nerves are so important to go to and connect to every part of your body, which people might not think of it as one of the most unique part in which without this nerve our body cannot function. See? And if you don't understand the knowledge of feeding correct food with the nerve, our nerve might not be able to prolong the lifespan. And for people, who constantly experience nerve compression, especially ladies wearing high heels or ill-fitting clothing, footwear, carry heavy bags, on one side most of the time, you are repeating the same thing, but on one part of the body, that also can cause a lot of, wear and tear on that particular nerve. And if you are wearing high heels as ladies every day, it's good, for you to continue to take 1 capsule daily. You see? So these are supplements. So don't take for granted they are drugs or medication. So we are not taking drugs. We are not taking medication. We are taking supplements as food to feed our nerves. So this OptiNerv-B versus other brands. We just want to show a bit of difference. You talk about, okay, our OptiNerv-B, pack size 30 capsule. Brand B, 60 capsule. Brand V is 30 tablets. And daily dosage, ours you just take 1. Maintenance. Brand N, you have to take 3. Brand V also take 1 tablet. And each tablet, our capsule is 60 milligrams, pure natural RALA. Whereas brand N and brand V, the only brand V you can find ALA, brand V. But brand N here, no ALA. It's only 3 B vitamins, B1, B6, and B12. Compared with brand V, they also got ALA, labeled as 200 mg. You might think it's higher than us, which is only 60, but ours is RALA. But here, they only put ALA, which, I'm sure is the S. A lot of people will never put the S there. They just would rather put ALA. So you think ALA is good enough, isn't it? But it's more of the S. Then 100, the mg B1, 100 mg B6, 500 microgram, B12. This also the same, but this is only 200 microgram of B vitamin 12. Whereas, the brand V, is looks quite the same as us. The only thing different is ours is, RALA, and brand V is ALA. Brand N, no ALA. And if you look at the promotional price, ours 3 for 189, theirs is 43, and then they here 2 bottle for 125. So if you talk about daily dosage, it costs you 210, here 215, and the other one is 208. Ours natural form give us better absorption and bioavailability. And this one is sugar-coated, only B vitamins without ALA. And this one is synthetic. When we say synthetic, it's more of SALA. It's synthetic. They never label, but we know it is synthetic. Okay? So why must we take synthetic when our body, if you really, love yourself and want to be healthy, better take, organic, natural form. And remember, with healthy nerves, you will feel no pain. When all the nerves in the body are healthy, you will never have pain, no tingling sensation, no pins and needles or ants crawling all over, no numbness, no buzzing, electrical or electricity in the shocks. You don't have all this suffering and discomfort. Every day you wake up, the whole day you work, until you are even tired, you don't ever experience this. Means you own very healthy nerves. So, together with better balance, better and stronger grips, and even more. You see, that's why you must understand, we want to have a healthy nerve. because nerve weakness can be, the very, the painful, and at the same time, it is not allowing you the freedom to move, the freedom to travel, the freedom, to even, go for shopping. There are many things. When there are pain, people normally would like to stay at home. Why must I travel when there's pain everywhere? I don't feel good. You become very moody. And nerve weakness, in fact, can be cured even through regular good exercise, proper rest, taking proper health care conditions, and eating a proper and balanced diet. Which means, we are talking about particularly food containing vitamin B1, which is thiamine, vitamin B6, which is pyridoxine, and vitamin B12, which is cobalamin. These are very important B vitamins which enable our nerve to be strong and capable enough to perform. So this is the right time for all of us to try a product. We know it is good, but you have to try to prove it works. Many times we share information, but you have to share, the product with the body, with your friends, and see how many of you really benefit. To those who have really got complaint about pain, discomfort, burning sensation in any part of the body, this is the time. The product that is here to serve you, so that the next, 1-2 weeks to a month, you start to feel better. The pain, becomes bearable, and until, the pain subsides totally. This is not a medicine, but the real food specifically meant for our overall nerve function, nerve health, and nervous system. So I hope you pick up the informations that we are sharing today, and I hope you can share this information to your friends, and at the same time tell them the burning sensation of pain is not a disease, but nerve defect. Nerve is aging. Nerve is already experiencing inflammation, so you need something to feed, to tone, to strengthen, and to build. So a product which I'm comfortable enough to talk to people and ask people to try, especially to even those who are really suffering from pain and discomfort, joints, knee, backache. Which not only the joints, the bones, you are talking about the arthritis or rheumatoid, or gout, it also work along with the nerve. If the joints are unhealthy, the nerves might be it might trigger certain nerve to an extent of inflammation, constituting to pain. So this is the time we can share this product for people, so that the pain and discomfort one day is going to be free. If not, if they continue to live with the pain and suffering alone, until the day when the burning sensation becomes so extensive, or especially diabetic patient, the nerves are damaged. One of the legs, might be amputated. So I hope, you understand well what we are sharing today, and I hope, you can share this information to as many people as possible. So I think I'll stop here and I'll pass over to Ricky.
Thank you, Dr. Go. Before we go into the Q&A, let's play the video for this product.
Okay.
Peripheral nerves are nerves outside our brain and spinal cord. They relay information between the brain and the rest of our body. Thanks to these nerves, we can perform daily activities to the best of our ability. but how to care for them so they keep performing at peak levels. It all depends if our body are getting good amounts of alpha-lipoic acid and vitamins B1, B6 and B12. It is even better if we supplement with a more effective form of ALA. Introducing Bio-Enhanced ALA, the biological active form naturally found in our body and in nature, more readily and instinctively usable than the rest. Truth is, nerve pain, damage, numbness, tingling and prickling in the feet and legs can creep up on you, just as any diabetics. Aches and pains from simply just aging are also getting more and more common. With Bio-Enhanced ALA and B vitamins supplementation, your nerves will definitely improve, so will your movements and those undesired symptoms. Supplement and live better.
Okay, welcome back. And Dr. Go, we have no questions. And Kim Min and Hui Chin has answered all the questions.
Good.
Do you have any other questions on the floor? If we don't have any questions, so we will meet you again, Dr. Go, for tomorrow Mandarin session.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you all. Good day.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.
Sometimes we were tight, and sometimes oceans apart. Gotta learn just how to move on without you.